完美。虽然比我本人还是差上一点。
Alrighty. Finally, loaded in. Welcome to day 6 of Honkai Starrails. As usual, we're gonna start with our dailies and let's see what we're gonna do today. I think we were gonna do all the side quests today. Gotta catch up with that. Level up a bit before we continue the main story because I heard there's gonna be a pretty steep power creep after the points where we left off. See what? Sultan, do you have a moment? I have a favor to ask. Okay, Mr. Yang, let's hear it. Do you know how to change a profile picture? I honestly don't know either. I don't think our characters ever changed it. If Sultan doesn't know, then I doubt anyone does. What do you want to change your What do you want to change your profile? Oh, what do you want to change your profile picture to? Oh my goodness. Earliest version of the animation. Although the calendar here is different from that of my hometown, I have calculated the anniversary of the premiere to Arahado is coming up soon. I did so many takes to get my new profile picture ready for the anniversary, but I never imagined that it's time for the Express to have its own internal communication app. Indeed, indeed. Oh man, they're gonna create their own Facebook. Oh really? It's not day 7 yet? Huh. Oh wait, actually, you know, I think I got it already for today. That's probably why. I wonder if I did. Do you know we did not? Okay, daily quest it is. Let's see what it's about. That is a great start.
我的时间都浪费了。
I do not want to do lab work with Emily either. She has really new EQ. I mean, she's completely different from her sister. Let me tell you, the last time I asked her if she wanted to go submit some documents together, she just said to me, use the navigation system if you don't know the way. I nearly flipped out. But this is how she is. I once saw her fall asleep in her seat, so I covered her with a blanket. She didn't even thank me when she woke up and just said the space station maintains a constant temperature. Don't you even know that? She's just very straightforward, it looks like. Does she have a vendetta against you folks? Not at all. She helps me often. It's just she's pretty harsh with her words. Wow, you scared the heck out of me. What are you doing? Eavesdropping on us. Oh, is that you? People are always talking you up in the space station. I never thought you'd be even more handsome in person. Oh my. I remember, you're Sultan, right? You heard it just now. We didn't mean to trash her, talk her behind her back. Look at her now. Nobody's willing to do any work with her. I know her bark is far worse than her bites, and that she's not a bad person, really. Can you please help us have a word with her and persuade her to rein in her language? I'll try my best. Emily. You again? What do you want to ask this time? I'm very busy. I need to investigate the divine message. So you are the rumored Emily. Ah, who are you? Who still flirts like this these days? The rumored this. Ah, so tacky. Can you please talk in a less hostile way? I have not watered my plants yet, actually. Thank you for reminding me. Hello, Drifter. Welcome, welcome. A little bit of a late start today. Too much chores. Had to take the extra hour to shower. I'll get clean before I start streaming so I can just go to bed right afterwards. If you got something to say, just say it. What do you want from me? I'll tell her to research your suggestion. You're so rude, Emily. Listen up. I don't care what anyone says about me behind my back. Just like Leslie doesn't care what people says about her. How have your day been, Drifter? Hopefully it's been treating you well. I'm Emily. This is the way I talk, and nobody is gonna change that. As Emily speaks, a shopping list of books slips out of her pockets. The art of language, communication skills, the communication collection, 30 ways to capture the hearts of the listeners. You notice the purchases were all addressed to Emily. Didn't you say you don't care? Emily, don't be so angry. We can help you. Whoops, that's annoying. I don't know what to do. People say I don't have good communication skills. I'm aware of that. But I can't change that quickly, and books only ever write about theory, and practice is all useless. Or how about I coach you? Or reading is little of use, it must be practiced. Ah, okay. Yeah, rain is good on occasions, but honestly too much rain can definitely cause moldy houses, and that's not good. Hopefully, your house is much better waterproofed, unlike the houses here in California, where there's so many cracks in our roof tiles that every other house have like plastic sheets on their roofs to stop the leaks from going. Oh yeah, same here, Drifter. Just logged in. Who doesn't understand that? But how do I practice? Sorry, I just got a little too excited when speaking. As you can see, my situation really is a tricky one. If I want to change it, I'll have to learn how to speak from scratch. Can you coach me? If you want to chat with other people, how do you start the conversation? How about this? Hey, what are you doing? I don't know, man. These all seem like pretty. Where's the option for like, hi, how was your day? Or something like that. It's just hello. No, that's not. That's not good. Well, I hope your house managed to survive the rains anyways, Drifter. Sorry, my brain is so slow today. I cannot process two problems at the same time. What was the Elsie? Oh, right. So we were looking for an appropriate greeting method, I guess. Hello, excuse me. Isn't that too humble? It's just a chat. We're not talking for any, we're not asking for any favors here. Emily, this is why people keep telling you that you're rude. Say, hey, what are you doing? Ah, this sentence. I used to say this all the time, but some people feel that it's quite aggressive. Well, I guess it can be aggressive. Say hello? I'm concise enough when sending text message, but if I put it into practice, would people think I'm a weirdo? Girl, it sure is windy today. It's kind of stupid, right? The AC aboard the spaceship is so amazing that the wind would never get too strong. This won't do. What's for dinner? You're gonna ask people what's for dinner? Emily? Oh my goodness. Now you're not gonna be seen as the rude person anymore. You're gonna be seen as this weirdo at the office. What's for dinner? This sounds very neutral. The tone is kind and non-aggressive, and it seems friendly without being overly humble. Looks like you're pretty good at this stuff. No! Thanks, I've got a meeting on right now. I'll try this out. If I have any issues later, can you help me remotely, please? Emily leaves in a hurry, and you stay where you are to rest for a bit. Oh, I wonder what happened. Oh, help me, I'm so nervous. There's new research at the Department of Insight. I can't talk to her. Let me think. Is this like this? Hi, Sultan. What you having for dinner? Having some snacks. Snacks? What kind? I want to see. I just needed to practice. I just feel I'm not used to it. Not used to chatting with people like this. You didn't know, but I summoned so much courage just to talk to the people in my department. Turns out they're so surprised by me, it's funny. Thank goodness everything went well in the end. Either way, thanks a bunch. But thanks a bunch, Master of Words. You're welcome, Emily. You know what? Whatever floats your boat. If asking people what they're having for dinner is what it takes to make friends, you go on and ask them what their diet is too. Maybe that'll make you even better friends. Maybe they're having a vegan diet, who knows? You're gonna go join them. Okay, Hinko. What is this? Battle of intellects is a source of pride. Physical exertions bring shame. It's complete nonsense, so physical labor doesn't count as work now? Today, I'm gonna show them all what real work is about. Yeah, show them! All staff present, attention please. Herta Space Station is undergoing a difficult period of revival. In the battle with the Legion, some of our colleagues were slaughtered by monsters, and their cold bodies were thrown out into the silent space. Cyber attacks have raised years of research efforts. The battle curios are slowly disintegrating into weightless environments. Everything within sight have been turned into a wasteland, and monsters are still roaming around in our cabins. No matter how many dazzling achievements you have made on your own, we can no longer afford to live like hermits. We need to mobilize every member of our staff, put down our inherent prejudice, and work together to recover the lost curios and repair the damaged cabins. Wow, so inspiring, Hinko. I'm on board, whatever you're doing. If you don't mind, I don't want to hear any more complaints about physical labor, nor do I want to see anyone putting off work. If you're interested in curios recovery, please report to the curios. It's not even curios. Curio Collection Squad under Mr. Wen Mingdi in the base zone as soon as possible. Those who are interested in repair work, come to me now to learn the process. I can probably help with repairs. Hot-blooded trailblazer, yes, we are gonna form a rebellion, lads. Good, good. Are you the young man who helped out with the master control zone? I have a special task for you. 45 meters out the door from where we are now, there's a major road defect. I've checked, and a small ordnance depot on the other side of the defect is swarming with monsters. I'm afraid ordinary staff won't be able to deal with this. Don't worry, just leave it to me. Yes, make sure to repair the road and eliminate the monsters at the end of it. I have many other matters to attend to. Please report back to me when you finish with the task. Whoops. Let's see. I don't know what is up with the game sound, but it's so loud. Just 1 is enough. Even 2 is like unbearably loud to my ears.
升个配置。
Oops.
知道我是神，这么
I
大的
keep
钻石，
forgetting I can't dash.
送给你。
It's okay. We good. Yoink. Just gonna recheck areas. I've noticed that sometimes old areas, like new information spawns every once in a while, or interactables. Comes around. Do not feel bad for them. It is well deserved. Oh, my ear, sorry. I don't know what is up with my comment section on my computer. It's like not loading properly, so I'm trying to read it from that tiny brown chat box on my screen. And the bunny is like covering the word and I can't quite see the URL. Hold on, let me maybe reload the app and see if I can read the comments from the proper place.
虽然比我本人还是差上一点。
I know, right? When your decoration ends up being your enemy. Okay. Well, I technically faked it, but... Okay, I guess we'll finish this one. Let's see. Young man, you're back. Let me concentrate and inspect your work. There is 0.5 ms today, time delay between the sound reaching both ears, which indicates that the source is in the 3 or 9 o'clock position. Ah, that's good, that's good. I wonder what happened. Maybe my internet connection is bad, so comments wasn't showing quickly. Yeah. I'm happy to hear that. And since you say that the storm has been lessened in your area, maybe that's a helping contribution too. Let's see. Okay, the sound is much louder in the left ear, which confirms the 9 o'clock position. It means the monsters in the 3 o'clock position have been eliminated. Great job. I can't hear anything. You're untrained. It's normal that you can't hear anything. This is a sonar position technique that's unique to the space station ecology staff. Okay. In the Herda departments of ecology, we deal with all sorts of galactic creature every day. Developing this kind of ability is just part of our training. The staff of Herda space station possess many different abilities. After meeting a few of us, you won't be surprised anymore. I'm not sure what my internet connection is connected to, but I do use a router. And I have a intranet, I think, where you connect the internet through a wire to your PC to the router. But the router itself runs on Wi-Fi, so I don't think it's a fiber optic cable. In short, thank you for your contribution to Herda Space Station. This is the reward I managed to secure for you from lab researcher Asta. Please take it. Thank you, thank you. Back when I was an unknown researcher, I was told by the first group of people who worked on the construction of Herda Space Station, this universe is never friendly. Rather, it's a vast and dark. In this vast universe, there are countless pairs of eyes staring into space station with various intents. Some covet its chaos, while others envy its neutrality and freedom. Others despise it or see it as a chess piece that can be destroyed or trampled on at will. Perhaps we researchers are the only ones who understand the joy, sadness, and epiphany and companionships that it has brought us. Which is why it is brought up to us. It is up to us to give everything we have to protect it. Let me see. How humble. How humble of you, girl. I think that actually gave us another mission. We're gonna skip on that for now. We need to finish our dailies. Actually, we just finished it now. Never mind. There you go. It's completed. I guess we'll just do the next side quest then. Now we've unlocked more scouting areas. And also, of course, some delicious jades. I believe Hoyoverse actually gave each player who's above level 10 Trailblaze level like 10 free summons for the limited banner, which is very generous of them. It's not even spread throughout a few days. Although, of course, that being said, they've always been pretty generous with Honkai games, unlike Genshin. Yeah, probably satellites. Most likely, since we have a big ol' antenna on our rooftop for TV and stuff. Let's see. Renovations aboard the space stations are proceeding everywhere at a measured pace. Be it in the base zone or in the railway platform, several researchers seem to have encountered some issues. Go and find out what happened. Oh, right. I think we're actually supposed to help everyone on board. This was a quest gave to us by Herta. You know, it's like a quest in a quest. Her quest is for us to help people. And we take on quests to help people in order to complete Herta's quest. We meet again. Are you here for vacation this time? Feel free to take the seat next to me and have a break. I heard you need some help here. The Majestic Legion, the Chaos in Herta, the Curio cabinets will never seem to get a break from it all. Time to bid farewell to research and retire to a quiet, leisurely life. Free and happy. I see you're a man of culture as well. You come out here to unwind and even pick the same spot as me. Oh, yes. I think I have like 3 codes to enter now, actually. Let me do that right after I finish talking to this guy. It's not often that you get a chance to waste time like this. Enjoy it while you can. Also, that festival was fantastic. I listened to it while I did my chores today. Hoyoverse never lets us down with their concerts. If not for all the turmoil going on, I would still be locked up in a cabinet doing their so-called research. I've already made it this far, with a full head of hair at that. No need to worry about other living better than you. The worst that can happen is we all perish together. That is a very bad worst thing that can happen. Look at it this way. Even if there's a neutrino burst that heralds the destruction, it's still worth it to see such a beautiful sight. I'm so happy now to be able to freely waste my own life. Just so happy. Do you need help with anything? What do you say? You've already shared some of my joy, so you may as well share some of my chores. I regret asking. In the Department of Implement Arts have received orders to take stock of the various losses of the space station. That includes evaluating areas like the railroad platform. All assets damaged by the Legion in the area, whether mobile or immobile, must be photographed and reported to the IPC. My hands are full already, so why don't you lend me one? Don't worry, there will be something in it for you too. Okay, maybe you can do some stargazing in the meantime. Maybe you'll spot a pair of falling stars in the sky. Smart mouth you've got there. You just worry about getting those photos. I'll be waiting for you here, humming some tunes. The galaxy is indeed a sight to behold. Alright. Let's go. Astro Express. No, look at that. There's 2 side. No, wait, no, it's not 2 side quests. Just 2 areas to take pictures. Alright, see you later, Drifter. Just taking a look, making sure no chest respawned or anything like that. Oh. Perfect.
那个真的那什么了？
Maybe we're too close. Perfect. Hello, Dree Pro. Long time no see. How have you been? Hopefully life's been treating you well as well. Free Jade. Alright.
时间还早，现在去哪儿？
Finished your photos. We meet again. Are you here for a vacation this time? Okay. I took photos of everything. Back already, you're fast. Here, I have plenty of blank space in this ledger. Let's see what you managed to capture. The Astro Express. Well, strictly speaking, the Express isn't part of the space station. Boy. Hey, you're one of the Express folks, right? I'll do you a favor and add its damages to the books. The broken robots. A steam-lined body, a silver-white metallic luster. This is the robot that Asta ordered. I have to admit she has great taste. I forgot you're like an Asta simp, aren't you? More or less, I put it together on the ledge. You can have a look now. Oh boy. Let's see. Asta... Oh, Herta assessments. Herta assessed damage evaluation list. Number 3471, silence. Reject silence. Asset category, curios, collection. Item description. A tiny orchestra set that automatically plays some not so exotic music when the ambience noise is at 0 dB. If the surrounding is louder than 0 dB, the sets will remain silent. Level of damage 80%. Damage details functions the exact opposite way as it claims to be. The noisier the surroundings, the louder it becomes. Estimated IPC settlements 118,000 credits. Okay, I guess these are just broken things. Let's see. Got a broken orchestra, mini orchestra. Dark matches. Nothing special about these matches designed to be used in dim environments. If you stare at them long enough, you may even find them pitiable. When placed in bright area, transports and odorless aerosols in dark green can be spotted floating near their heads, which are safe to be touched by hands. Igniting the matches will drive away light and usher in darkness. Monsters? 100%. I expect monsters from the Legion found them particularly interesting and stole them all. Estimating ICP settlements 32 credits. An orchestra that's super loud and matches that doesn't like things. Let's see. Interdimensional bed. Immovable. Situated in Herta Department of Implement Art. The bed lies in the middle of the scented lime green vines. Those sleeping in its fragrance will in their dreams cross the boundary between dimensions and travel amongst the stars. Level of damage 10%. A number of vines were burnt down. Please replace them by collecting new ones and delivering through interastral shipments. 97 credits. Interesting. Railroad platforms immovable. Platforms used to host guests of the space station and park spacecrafts Damage 50%. True structure deformation needs concrete. That's a lot of concrete. Astro Express spacecraft. Spacecraft parked at the space station platform should be the craft should be damaged. Blah. Should the craft be damaged, hurt a space station bears minimal liability, 20%. Multiple scratches on coaches, damaged paintwork, high energy cost against mileage, odor from monsters, delayed schedules, opportunity cost, extraordinary wear and tear, psychological damage, and IPC settlements, 990,000 credits. Seiki Megascope. Researcher personal belongings. Megascope used to observe the Aquila constellation. Level of damage 70%. With the piece broken, you'll have to make do with the naked eyes. ICP settlements 48 credits. It's interesting. Some of them are super expensive. Are you done yet? Don't just nose around. There's only a few lines that concern you. If there's nothing wrong, I'll take the photos. There's like 4 items. It seems like there's something odd about the lease. One of these things aren't like the others. Odd? ICP will reimburse us for everything. There's no need to be coy about it with them. Okay, I'll sort out the ledger for submission later. You should go get some rest. Great. Don't commit too much insurance fraud, my friend. Let's see. I think that's it. Not much else we really want to trade from him. New recipes are always nice, because the food in this game can seriously make or break your runs in certain battles. Like the shield. Had to rely on that one to make it through a few battles. Story battles especially. It's you! Thank you for helping out on the station. Did you encounter some problems? I heard you were looking for me. Yeah, I want to investigate the source of the mimic virus that infected the Crack-Up conch. Crack-Up conch? It's one of our curios. It looks like an ordinary conch, but when you get close, you can hear the dirty jokes coming from inside. As long as you hold your laughter, you can slowly obtain the secret power it contains. Of course, no one has succeeded so far, so we only use it on people with interrogations. Mimitic virus? Mimitic virus? It's a kind of information particle that spreads around exponentially like a virus, which brings changes and contamination to the host's nature of thinking. Welcome back, Drifter. Unfortunately, it can infect inanimate objects, and thus it turns the Crack-Up conch external expressions. It no longer tells jokes, but instead it keeps making weird noises. Talking weird nonsense. Like, get out of your comfort zone or you'll be wasted. Or the pain you suffer will light up your way. Cliché quotes that make people cringe. Thank you for the explanation, I get the gist. I had someone examine it and found that it's caused by the mimic virus, but the Crack-Up conch have been properly stored all this time, which means it's impossible for it to get infected on its own. The only possibility is that the workers who were already infected passed on the virus when they came into contact with the item. After I looked into the list of people who had recent contact with it, I identified 3 suspects. Well, I'm sure you already know what I'm about to say next. I want you to investigate these 3 suspects for me. Is the security department here just for show? I arranged for them to investigate as soon as I identified the list of suspects, but they all found nothing unusual. Since these suspects have spent a fair bit of time in the space station, they're pretty familiar with the security department. They might have gotten away there with their possible misconduct. I, therefore, could not get any useful investigation results. That's why I need to ask you for a favor. You don't know them very well. It might be easier for you to spot their flaws from a stranger's perspective. Sounds reasonable. It is. and it is not rocket science. You just need to walk up to them and listen, then see if there's any unusual behaviors. If you find anything weird, just write it down and report it to me. So what do you think? Alright, I can help, but is there any rewards? Don't worry, you. Do you have anything in mind already? I heard the Starnaut's fleets have been very popular recently, but that thing is huge. I don't think you'd like it. Well, I don't know your taste. Why don't I pay for everything in your shopping cart out of my own pockets? You're free to choose whatever you like. Ooh. Let me tell you about the 3 suspects. Mar, the Department of Insights, Chris, the Department of Galactic Geopolitics, and Joanne from the Medical Department. They usually stay in their own cabins, even given the station's current situation. I don't think they'll be anywhere else, so please help me take care of this. Okay. Sensitive Beings, Part 1. Mar is right ahead. I better not alert her. I'll hide around here and listen to what she has to say. Ha! Hwa ha! Am I doing this right? I feel like my pronunciation isn't very good. I better keep practicing. Fluffy hair and strong limbs. If only I can touch it. Bah! What kind of dirty idea is this? Oh, how nice would it be if I could be their slave? I just need to keep practicing and one day I can. Mar, you look much better lately. So this thing I told you about, it actually worked? Well, no. It's not the case, sorry. I did try to look up what you mentioned, but I might have gone off track halfway. But yes, it's quite useful. It's just that, well, is there anything else? Well, there is something I want to ask you about. So I've been researching how Aeons are depicted in the mythological tales from different planets. I think so. I mean, apparently they infected this artifact with their meme take virus, and we're trying to figure out who it is. I don't know how this information they're talking about is really gonna give us hints about who's infected the artifact, but I guess we're just gonna listen, see if there's any hints being dropped. Well, there is something I want to ask you about. So I've been researching how Aeons are depicted in the mythological tales from different planets. Why are they depicted so differently? Some even have this so-called Leviathan worship? Leviathan worship, oh no. You came to Earth. Leviathans can be pets too. Well, pets. There's research report that I haven't finished working on yet, so we'll get back to you later. Sure, by the way, I haven't seen you around lately. Did you go on an exotic field trip? Did you discover anything new? Can you tell me anything? Well, let's talk about this later. I didn't... Okay, I understand. You must be very busy since you just came back. Anyways, it's nice to see that you've recovered mentally. I'll leave you to it. Oh, look at that. Recovered mentally. At first, she was imitating some weird sounds. Then when she talked about Leviathan worships, she looked very nervous. Did she come in contact with some kind of Leviathan during her research and got her mind contaminated? That's very strange. Horrors beyond your imaginations. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Looks like Mar is definitely a possible suspect, and she's been infected by horrible thoughts. I think this is Chris. Let me observe his behavior. Hey, I'm talking to you. Yes, what are you doing? Why are you staring at me like that? Stay away from me! Oops. I'm just passing by, Chris. I saw you peeping at me, I'm sure of it. Hold on. Why did you dye your hair like that? Did you do that to show off in front of me, trying to stand out from everyone else? I actually don't know. I think my hair is just naturally that color. And your clothes. Why don't you wear the uniform? Are you trying to show off your luxurious tailor-made outfits? I didn't dye my hair, and also this is not a luxurious outfit. Look at our shirt, it's so messy. I don't think we've showered for 3 days. No one else has hair like this. You think you're very special, huh? You just want to show off your privileges, such an attention seeker. Show off as much as you want, don't try to act all innocent. I know exactly what people like you think. You think you're better than us. It's not enough for you to show off in the viral world. Virtual world, you have to track me down and show off in front of my face. I know, right? It literally looked like we sleep, eat, and work in this clothes and don't do— oh my god, wait, hold on. Look at that! I think we actually have a black tee underneath. You can see one of the straps there. I didn't even notice that before. Like wearing 2 layers. 3 layers, including a jacket, I guess. It's not enough for you to show off in the retro where you have to track me down and show off in front of my face. You think you're so rich you can own the universe. Wait a second, what's that look in your face? Is there something in your eye? You have a corneo contact camera? What? Are you taking videos? Is this live? Oh, I get it. It is live, actually. You're one of those people who likes to live broadcast your bullying behavior. Now go away and leave me alone. Chris is very strange. I can't have a normal conversation with this person. He is such paranoid. Is he infected with a mimic virus? I don't know, man. Doesn't sound— I'm pretty sure the mimic virus makes you tell jokes. So that's like fear. This is like anxiety. Let's see what Joanna is about. Vagrant style shirts, I see. Very specific, Hoyo. Oh, you know what? While we're here, let's go check up on the plants. See if they need to be watered. Nope. Still just going off about mixed bag of seeds. Bubbles are floating in the air with colorful glow gliding the surface. For some reason, they form an image that seemed to carry a profound meaning. You're sure you saw a red sun descending in the snowy mountains, and a girl in a robe falling under the tip of a sword. You have even heard someone softly laughing. Everything is real, and it's not your imagination. Touch the bubble. You extend your arm, your fingertips stop extremely close to the bubble. Nothing happens. Perhaps you should ask for more information from someone who knows what it is. I think I actually seen this one. I saw the TikTok for it. I've been spoiled a lot for Starrail on TikTok. I know there's wanted poster for us, but... oh yes, for this one, I believe you actually have to talk to Herta. You talk to Herta. You had to find a conscious version of the puppets. Of course, you'd go around the space station, talk to all of them, see if which ones can talk to you, and then once you get that, you can interact with the bubbles afterwards. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that one is just— oh, look at that! There's another one here. They're all over the place. These were definitely not here like just yesterday. Must be time-based. Or maybe not time-based. Maybe it's just like a certain level of the story, because people done this way before we unlocked it. Or way before I unlocked it. Oh, okay. I see. Let's see. It's okay. You'll figure it out. Might take a while, but you will figure it out. Joanne is right in front of me. It looks like she's talking to someone. There's nowhere to hide. I know. I'll just pretend I'm checking out the medical services. Hey Joanne, so surprised to see you're not still sleeping today. How rare. Made Up Blue has also started to orbit around the space station. The test results are out. I'll send them to you through the terminal. You may start the review process. My goodness, Joanne is actually working. Am I dreaming? You're only noticing this now? She's been 3 hours early for work for the past 7 days. Looks like you haven't paid attention. Review countdown begins 30 minutes left. It's okay, Drifter. You had faith in me defeating the boss. I will have faith in you finding all the bubbles of the universe. Wait a second, bubble universes. Oh my god. My neurons just connected. Maybe they're bubble universes that we're collecting. Review countdown begins 30 minutes left. I only took a few days off and now our department have changed so much. I can't believe it. Who turned you into this, Joanne? What happened to you? My guess is that it has something to do with department reform. The Intrastro Pace... oh my god. Interastros Peace Corporation has cut the medical research budget this quarter, and we're also impacted. I heard there will be a reform. It's not that unusual for people to try to get a high performance indicator during such a turbulent time. I don't want your research budget be cut, would you? You're right, but I still need some time to digest this all. This. It's all really unbelievable. Haha. The sleeping beauty of our medical department finally stopped sleeping and began to act on her duty as a doctor. No one's gonna believe this. 20 minutes left. I need to see the results of the drug test in 20 minutes. Alright. I'll get on it. Oh, you're right. I do wonder what happened to the Sea of Quanta. I don't think it... oh, she is emotional if she talks. I see. Interesting. Anxious, fear, and emotionless. I wonder which one is the culprit then. Maybe it is. Maybe they're like little drops of the Quanta Sea that just got out somehow. That would make perfect sense.
现在去哪儿？
Actually. Asta. Sultan, you said you're back on a space station? There's something I can only talk to you about. If it's not too much trouble, can you come over for a chat? I have a bad feeling about this. No, it's not anything weird. I just need to discuss something with you in person. This is kind of embarrassing to talk about it over messaging. I'll be waiting for you at the usual spots. Please hurry. Oh boy. We're literally just doing one of your quests, but I guess we'll do your other quest soon. Peppy! Oh my god, is this Peppy?
你可算来了，事态紧急，我就直奔主题了。阿兰她失踪了。
Disappeared?
没错，人找不到，消息不回，通讯也不接。我把她捡回来到现在，从来没发生过这种事。
Have you checked the surveillance cameras?
当然。 但监控录像中也找不到阿兰的行踪。军团入侵时破坏的监控系统还没完全恢复，可能是监控的盲区被利用了。据他上次和我联系，已经超过了13个小时，平时回复消息都不会超过13秒的。我怎么都找不到他，只好调取了防卫科的个人工作规划记录，然后发现了这个。哎，你看，最后的工作目标：从心、从静、从我。 这怎么看都很怪吧
I don't know. I think guys his age tend to write like this. Maybe he's in his emo phase.
阿兰他没那么文艺啦。我问了防卫科，可他们都觉得这不是什么要紧事，还说什么阿兰大哥已经是个成熟的男人了，有自己的安排也很正常。唉，我跟他们完全说不通。 所以这件事只能拜托你了。
Okay, you know, if you don't have any clues, how can I have any clue?
还有一个秘密武器，那就是佩佩。
Peppy?
嗯，它是我的爱犬，从小就由阿兰照看，他俩感情非常好。阿兰的气味，佩佩再熟悉不过了，或许他能找到阿兰。
Then am I still needed?
哎，不，你想啊，我作为代理站长，要是当着这么多科员的面调查阿兰的行踪，这岂不是让他这个防卫科负责人显得很不靠谱？咱们这就带上佩佩出发吧。啊，放心啦，他不会咬人的。
It's okay, I believe you. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. Pepe! Where are you going? Alright, well, I'm gonna follow you later, Peppy. It's you. Thank you for helping out at the station. Did you encounter some problems? Tell her about your observation and your thoughts. So all three of them sounds unusual, but in theory, there could only be one person who is infected. The principle behind it is actually quite simple. The viral load of informational particles left behind the mimetic virus in the crack-up conch is simply not high enough. The virus load detected barely reaches the amount that can be carried by infected adults, so it's absolutely impossible for the crack-up conch to have contact the virus from multiple individuals. But my investigation couldn't corroborate this. It's okay, I have a backup plan. The mimetic virus is transmitted through viral data, and all the viral data in the space station leave traces in the terminal. Since we can't get much from our previous investigation, let's track the browsing records of the three suspects. Then we'll be able to identify the source of the infection. Oh boy, we're gonna check their internet history. I've got an emergency plan for situations like this. Please visit the data exchange center where the terminal is located. But I've never used a terminal. Me no technology. Asta. Don't worry, it's simple. Enter the terminal room, verify your identity, and you can start your query. Simply put, anyone using a data gadget, which simply includes everyone in the space station, would have the usual user behavior recorded by the terminal. And it is thus inappropriate for me or any other staff member to check such information, and I can't check that information because... why? Don't worry, I'll explain it to you when I have time. Think about it. Despite different backgrounds and identities, people in the space stations have reached an agreement on personal privacy. The traces left from using virtual data can be found on terminal. For example, from here, people can see all the unusual viral platforms you visited during your working hours. Oh no. Therefore, to respect everyone's privacy, no one, including myself and the other staff, should access the terminal. Think about it in their shoes. If you're space station staff, would you be happy with me going through your browsing records on the virtual network? I would rather die. Now you understand, right? That's why your special identity makes you the special candidate for this. Perfect candidate. So you just want me to get beaten up? Jeez, it's just kind of nonsense you think about all day. I have nothing against you. Why would I set you up? From an objective point of view, you're an outsider on the space station. You're not familiar with most people here, so it's unlikely that you'll hold any personal grudge against anyone. Not every outsider have the right to access the data records, but yours is different. You are the hero who saved the space station. People trust your moral character. I guess we got permission from the boss to look through everyone's internet history. But of course, if you decide to help, I hope you still keep everything you see strictly confidential. I 100% not gonna keep it confidential. No worries, my lips are sealed. Anyways, keep it all a secret while you're still in the space station. As for where you go or what you do in the future, it's none of my business. Before you leave, let me tell you how to use the terminal. As you know, the invasion of the station severely damaged the whole data center, and the server room where the terminal is housed is no exception. Despite our best efforts, the damage is yet to be fully remediated, and reported cases of mimic virus infections only made things worse. I have to send the maintenance engineer to monitor the situation on a daily basis. The engineer will turn on the optic identity verification program manually every day to check whether the bioelectricity of each visitor entering the room is normal, thus ensuring the terminal room is not invaded. Since the optical identity verification program is refreshed dynamically after it is turned on every day, you need to re-verify your identity every day you enter. For more details, please consult the maintenance engineer. I've told the engineer that you have permission to enter the room. So, I'll leave the rest to you. Great. Thank you, Esther. You know, that's the one thing I love about Hoyoverse. Even no matter what they look like or how they dress, they do their jobs, you know? If that character's gonna die, they're gonna die, and they're not gonna die in some girly way. They are gonna explode if they have to. And I just love that about Hoyoverse. Just like Asta. She's such a pretty girl, but she does her job. She does it right. She's not gonna be like, oh, I can't do anything.
规则就是用来打破
I'm
的。
actually just a face, and this dude actually does all the work.
这片银河容得下任何可能性。
Have I ever been here before? It looks new. Weird. It looks like I've been here before, I probably just forgot. If you don't have anything better to do, go test my simulated universe. Quit wandering around. Okay. There are strange bubbles at the space station. Oh, this is top secret. Outsiders can never know that I own this thing. You must sign a non-disclosure agreement first. It does all start to look the same. I mean, the design is pretty similar, which is expected of a space station, you know? They're not gonna design it for fun, they design it for efficiency. What's inside? I won't tell you a thing before you sign the agreement. That's terrible advice, Herta. You take the paper and pen from Herta and leave your signature. The paper is made from bizarre material and the ink dries up the moment it touches the paper. When you move the tip of the pen away, your heart suddenly flutters. Please bear in mind that this agreement is more than legally binding contract. You must also abide the law of the imaginary, which is above the social and natural laws. Not even the IPC can override it. Law of the imaginary? It is the law of the universe and the world, the only unbreakable law. Now that you've signed the agreement, you can do anything you like with my memory bubbles. Just make sure that you're out of sight of entities from the Garden of Recollection. In fact, I don't think there will be any trouble even if they catch you. What is the Garden of Recollection? It is a faction that worships the Aeon fully. In their opinion, the world is defined by everyone's perception, and memories are the proof of the world's existence. They are willing to forego their physical form for that purpose. If you ask me, the Garden of Recollection, the architect, the family, and the antimatter legions are all idiots. They obsessively worship the Aeons. Memory bubbles? The Garden of Recollection is ways to steal the memories of others. To preserve memories, they create a sentientian membrane to keep the memories wrapped up in it like a bubble. Make it easy carrying memories around. Delicious memory burrito. I'd like to try it. They have even more advanced technology called light cones. With that, they capture more than just memories. It's a shame I can never even master the light cone technology without the blessing of the Aeon fully. Huh. So light cones are created by the Aeon fully, and it's technically a memory bubble, but more advanced, I guess. Interesting. Well, I mean, we already know that light cones are just memories of other people, but and it's fully collected to a god. They are members of the Garden of Recollection who travel between worlds to collect precious memories. You will run into them sooner or later. I bet the memory of a Galaxy Express passenger is highly sought after by them. You can get lucky if you meet civilized memo keepers, since they might use amazing memories to exchange with yours. However, watch out for memo snatchers, the radicals in the Garden of Recollection. They won't give you a heads up before stealing your memories. Oh no. Maybe that's what happened to us, since we can't even remember who we are. Can I touch the bubbles now? Sure, just touch it with your forehead. Remember to close your eyes or your head will start spinning. Huh. So where in the world is this? I seem to be walking in the wrong place. Alright, we got permission to touch bubbles, so we will touch one. Speaking of the devil, there's one right there. Bubbles are floating in the air with colorful glow gliding on their surface. For some reason, they form an image that seems to carry profound meaning. As you approach them, a female voice that sounds similar to Herta's murmur and monotonously. Calcification. Touch the memory bubble. You approach the bubble and experience a chilly sensation that gently pierces your skin, flesh, and bones, then goes down deeper. What do they say? You feel bored to death. You fiddle with the apprehensive explosive charge in your hand. Those old geezers still aren't gonna give us the green light to open fire. You pull up the pin on the explosive, only to put it a few seconds. Only putting it a few seconds before the countdown ends. Oops. I keep clicking it by mistake. Oh no. You pounce. Then why did it give us to come here? You originally wanted to scold them, but now you're at a loss for words. These scaredy cats. After a while, you angrily pick up the report next to you to read it. Cells become cancerous and soft tissue calcify. You initially had assumed these old froggies were only capable of churning out useless garbage, but this report is actually interesting. Unfortunately, reading a report cannot calm your anxious heart. You sigh and lift your head. You look at a pallid ruins in the distance. Your analysis revealed that these twisted ruins, which look like bone spurs, have a history that goes back 400 amber eras. Despite its age, it mysteriously appeared as if brand new, just how it would have looked 400 AEs ago. You are confounded by this enigma. You are a seasoned archaeologist. You long to unravel our historical mysteries. Yet they are holding you back from using your school's tradition. You should be blowing a hole into the surface of this bone spur and carrying out valuable artifacts. The fact that they won't permit it makes you seethe with anger, but you choose to compromise. You recognize that the concerns are not groundless. You can't pay for this with your life. You settle for doing things the old-fashioned way. You work to live, not live to work. You smack your lips in anticipation and start to plan your next steps. You don't get to think for long. A loud voice breaks your train of thoughts. Hey boss, we found something good. It's Ronnie. But what is he saying? You clearly told him to sit still and wait for further instructions. Oh no, you suddenly realize something. You want to stop him, only to discover that he can't speak. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, you are experiencing rapid petrification from inside out, just like those familiar-looking yet terrifying bone structures in front of you. Well, that's a little tragic. So an archaeologist was trying to do their job, and discover these well-preserved bodies, and then turn into a well-preserved body themselves. We don't really know why or what, though. Doesn't seem to tell us that. I thought the sound was off. Oh look, the toilet is still there. Perfect. Nothing else though. A row of large words pop up at a terminal screen. Code error 505, surface unavailable. There are no other options, no other responses. Everyone runs back into the room panting. It looks like he's the maintenance engineer as mentioned. The terminal doesn't respond, so let me ask him. Hello, good sir. Can you fix the terminal? Sorry. I'm sorry. Are you Sultan? Asta already gave me a heads up that you're going to come to use the terminal. I'm terribly sorry. The computer system in the next room suddenly initiated an auto update. The researchers didn't have time to save their results, so I went to help them just now. Prompt error code 505? I didn't connect the data to the terminal while I was away. Let me turn it on. It should just take a second. It's all set now. Please verify your identification again, and the results will come up with your inputs when you input your inquiry. No. Sudden puzzle. Genshin have trained me well. Let's see, internal data strictly confidential. Yes. Obtained camera access and album access. Visit a webpage, Galactic Search Guide. Where is the best softwares? Obtained album access. Visited a website Afterglow Dating. Meet your soulmate whenever and wherever. Using the software Twin Flames, private dating community for space people. Welcome endeavors. Owner Mar. Okay, so that's Esta and Mar. Mar is suspiciously highlighted, so let's read that one. Visit a webpage Galactic Search Guide Sleep Aid video. Pi, the freshest and fastest video surface. Pi, the world's top sleep aid pack. The most comfortable scalp massage. Visit video Pi Sleep Aid Scalp Massage, Premiere ASMR. Pi A, small orange cat offers you a special wake-up service in the rainy season. Cat Sleep Aid, a large black cat snoring like, okay, you know what? It's kind of fashion. Cats are the highest beings in the universe, you know what? I agree with that. Really doesn't seem too important. Of course, Asta herself has been shopping. Cosmo Premium. Something went wrong. She's contacting customer service. It turns out Mar had been suffering from insomnia. Now she can fall asleep after watching short videos of cats snoring. So, she was just imitating the sound of cats last time. Turns out she's just a run-of-the-mill cat lover. That's all good. She can't be the one who got infected. Let me check the other people's records. A row of large words pop up in the terminal screen. Insufficient computing power. Please try again later. After several attempts, the same message keeps popping up. Perhaps the terminal means a lot later. Maintenance guy, can you fix this, please? What's wrong? I only found one record. Good. Oh, you mean you can't find the others? Although it won't be operational until tomorrow. Why? Because the station was invaded. Originally, we had more than one terminal, connecting units on a much larger scale. During the debacle, some units were damaged. The computer power of the terminals thus greatly decreased. Not to mention, it's only running on a single core processor now. The lady researcher said she was going to purchase new equipment, but I haven't arrived yet. Therefore, with the current computing power, you can only query once a day. And the current identity verification program has yet to active manually by me every day. Has to be activated manually by me every day, so please come back tomorrow. Don't forget to ask me to turn on the verification. I see. Gonna be a multi-day quest then. I'll be back for you tomorrow. Let's see. Remember this room. In the supply zone. Literally in the middle of the zone. Middle of supply zone. Okay. Anyways, I think we have more important quests to do, such as the Peppy quest.
时间还早，现在去哪儿？
Hopefully you find a culprit. Although from the looks of it, it's probably gonna take all 3 days or even more. We can walk! I thought there's no walking in animations in this game. Look at that. Oh my god, I love that swagger look.
那是
Character's doing.
卡波特教授。你确定阿兰来过这里？怪起来了。 他找着中央空调能有什么事？
I thought you said his name was Capote.
空间站公认的，不小心说顺口了。这就是空间站这位科员真绝了大赛第1名的含金量啊。我不方便亲自出面，向卡波特问出情报的事儿就拜托你了。
Okay.
其实我当时也很恐惧，也很害怕，但是我的心中仍有一束微光，引导着我向前迈步。那束光，正是大家幸福的笑容。
坡上心里有我。
Hello there, Solace. Welcome, welcome.
哦，是你啊，好久不见，最近过得还好吗？
It is us.
啊，我现在有点忙，如果不是什么要紧事的话，待会儿再说。
No, it's pretty urgent, actually. Finding a missing
阿兰
person.
队长，这个人嘛，我当然是认识他，毕竟我的职责就是照亮空间站每一个人的心灵。但是至于他现在人在哪儿，
Not too surprised. You gotta extend the content, you know. If they don't want to write too much, then they're gonna extend it by time. I suppose. I don't really have a backstory, but if you'd like, you can come up with one for me. But you know what? Curse Studio sounds pretty good.
恕我不能回答。
总感觉他那戏剧化的停顿和大喊，都是精心设计的。
大家都知道，我卡波特人生中最关键的词语就是原则。如若没有了原则，人和机械臂又有什么区别？
可是上次波少说自己人生中最关键的词语是光明。
回去更新一下波少个人百科，这次是人生关键词12.0版本。
Oh no. You know what? Sure. Same pencil used by the creator of SpongeBob. Yes. I was that high school note sketch people drew when they were bored in class. And then they threw away the notebook in the trash can after they don't want the notes anymore, and I came alive.
总之，我是一个不会说出谎言的人。我可以坦然告诉你，我与阿兰队长确实在最近有见过面，也知晓他的行踪。但是很抱歉，我已经用我的生命发起誓言，卡波特绝不会将阿兰队长的秘密告诉任何人。
Exaggerate the urgency.
唉，
Yes.
你还不懂我想要表达的含义。
The best kind of story.
所谓危机，所谓灾难，不过都是现实物欲世界的虚影。然而，人类的品格、人类的誓言与约定，才是最最珍贵、最最值得保留的东西。你只看得见眼前那小小的风险，却不知道我卡波特如果成了那样卑劣的小人，有多少少女将会从此感受不到快乐的滋味。我是他们的灯塔，所以我绝不蒙尘。
波少真的太温柔了。
Sounds like the making of a cult here. You listened to Capote for a long time, thusly gradually forgetting what you're going to ask.
清醒一点，回忆起来我来这里的目的是什么。
The cringe is too strong. It's making us forget our purpose.
怎么样？想必你已经彻底理解了我的为人吧？我劝你知难而退，别在我这里费心思费口舌了。如你所见。
Spare no efforts in praising Capote's character. Of course, that's the thing he's worried about.
看来你已经非常了解我的为人了。之前阿兰队长过来拜托我的时候，神色与你颇为相仿。他那个时候也非常焦虑，迫切地希望我给他一个答案。然而，答案又怎是那样简单的东西？更何况，他想要达成那样从心而外的修行，更是难上加难。你想都想不到，那是多么困难的修行。 我光是配合他模仿那种说话的方式就累得够呛。还好他不说了不说了。
他的说辞和阿兰的工作规划对得上，看来他确实知道关键信息。
You've asked Capote about the Trial of the Hearts.
啊？我刚才可没说这个吧？你是不是听错了？
No, I'm sure I heard that from you.
我刚才说的应该是，人生就是一场修行，做人也要从心如一。所以啊，你说的那些和阿兰队长有关的东西，我是完全不知道的。我这边应该得去开会了，要不我们下次再聊？
可不能让他就这么溜了。如果他实在不肯说的话，那就……
We're gonna dismiss you. We have inside information with your boss.
你竟然说得出这种话！
Yes.
我告诉你，且不论你有没有权利把我开除，今天就算是艾斯达站长，哦不，哪怕是黑塔女士亲自来命令我，别说是开除我，哪怕你今天用我的命来威胁我，我也会对你大声说不。
波少他真的是太好了，此生无悔粉波少。
波少之前承诺阿兰队长的时候说的话和刚才一模一样，分毫不差。
So you do have something to do with Captain
对
Arlen.
尤其是那段用命威胁、大声说不，真的是太催泪了。
今天回去我就把当时的录音稿打印下来，我们粉丝会必须全文朗读并背诵。
Give me a copy.
录音。阿兰委托卡波特的过程被录下来了，没想到关键线索会以这种方式出现。刚才提到录音稿的，好像是这个人。
No, it's not.
喂，你这家伙从刚才起就一直在波少旁边问来问去，难不成？
确实有这个可能，不然怎么会知道阿兰队长找过波少的事情呢？
想不到，你竟然连波少个人百科12.0版本的内部测试版内容都已经了然于胸了。
看来这位确实是隐藏在人群中的波少资深粉丝，我们还是大意了。
既然是一家人，就不说两家话。来，这是我们最新版的波少粉丝后援会入会大礼包，再额外送你一份波少个人百科更新版内容。
这份更新内容里可有卡波特大人难得一见的样子哦。
Oh my god, Solace, you know what? Your backstory advice just made me want to put like a line paper background for my character. That would be so funny. I need to find a line paper background now. Feel like I'm in a notebook. Alright, Asta, we got information. Yes, we got plenty of clues. You've told Asta about what just happened and the clues you found.
阿兰究竟有什么想不开的，需要油嘴滑舌的卡波特来协助他修行呢？
Let's look at these materials first.
也只能从这些线索入手了。
Read the... no.
空间站手册的更新都没这么认真频繁呢。这是录音转文字的稿件。
The following is a transcript of a recording. Come on, Captain Arlen, you have to get into the role. I'm sorry, Professor, I just can't think of you as an overbearing boss. Close your eyes and try to feel it. After all, this is your trial of the hearts. Listen to my instructions and let's try again. Ahem, Arlen, come into my office. Time waits for no one, and every minute of my time is precious. Yes, sir, I'm coming over right away. Wrong. Big mistake, Captain Arlen. You can't just be so submissive. If you were tasked with something beyond your scope of work, would you also just take off immediately like we just did? Oh dear, if you want to learn how to handle an overbearing boss, it looks your heart is gonna have to put in some serious training. I see.
这张照片怎么看都是从角落里偷偷拍摄的。不过卡波特教授应该知情才对。照片里好像还有半个身影。这个是阿兰，说明阿兰的确来找过卡波特教授，证据确凿。
Arlen is submissive soft boy.
这个字迹有点眼熟， 像是阿兰的。
It is.
美丽娇艳的花儿也经不起烈日的灼晒，卡波特将永远在你身后给予你柔情与关怀。这么油腻，感觉的确是卡波特的手笔。
I think we have enough clues.
从心的修行，原来是指与强势的上司相处吗？阿兰平时居然是这么看我的。
Maybe it's not about you.
得和他好好谈谈。先找到阿兰吧。佩佩，又该你出场了。
Alright, go, Peppy. I wonder why Peppy didn't follow us. Oh, where'd he go? Peppy? Oh, you ran off. Alright, let's go, Peppy. Search. Find Arlen. I can't get over it. The walking animation is only so much better than Genshin. Oh my god, how about the girls? Oh, so cute. Look at that. They've got equal walking animation in Starrails. The woman and oops. Wrong button. The walking animation for women in Genshin is so exaggerated. Of course, the old man walk. Very classy. Oh, Dan Heng. Unexpected.
那是丹恒和防卫科的人。反物质军团果然还有漏网之鱼藏匿在空间站内。走，我们也去搭把手。
Okay.
不痛不痒，生死虚实，一念之间，
Let's do.
洞天幻化，
You know,
长梦
Steve's
已
already
绝。
lived the whole story in Honkai universe. He needs a break. The man needs a break.
速战速决
知
吧。
道我是谁？这么大的钻石。
And it's apparently the same waltz from Honkai Impact too. So he's not like a different character such as Himiko, where there's like
这
two
片银
different
河
versions of
容
his
得下任
character.
何可能性。
The same waltz that we know and love.
你们怎么来了？
Oh, we're here to protect. Yes, we're here to protect a friend's
那你多加
secrets.
小心，此地还有些军团残党。阿兰不在，空间站的安保需要格外谨慎。请诸位拿出12分的决心与集中力。
是，代理大哥。
You saw Arlen?
他在3月7那儿，
Oh,
但这是属于他一个人的修行，最好别去打扰。
哦，大哥的特殊修行，不愧是男人中的男人，老虎中的雄狮。即便已经到了如此高度，都还要不断精进。
哦，修行，听上去肯定比体能锻炼还要厉害。大哥每天都在挑战体能上限，一个人围着空间站跑21358米，孤狼中的雄鹰，永远高标准严要求。
yeah, I think you might be right, Drifter. I heard rumors, TikTokers, of course, again, that it was during a comic story, not even in the game, but like one of the comics manga, where it states that because Walt saw Himiko living out her life in this universe, that he came here to protect her. So that's really sweet of him. What kind of trial is it?
我知道，修行嘛，肯定是磨练心性的。大哥他肯定是找到了一处瀑布，然后请求3月7小姐替他把水流的温度降至冰点。
你胡说，修行可不只是瀑布那么简单。依我看，大哥他肯定是想了解更多的战斗技巧，所以去麻烦见多识广的3月7小姐了。
虽不中，亦不远矣。阿兰来找我是想学习如何消解上司带来的压力，所以我让他去找3月7。如果连3月那家伙都遭得住，他也没什么可畏惧的了。
He is a bear amongst horses. That's pretty sadistic, Dang Heng.
我倒觉得代理大哥挺机灵的。
大哥全身上下就剩下这么个小弱点，还如此追求上进，实在是太厉害了。
我和阿兰交换了任务， 他和3月一起去调查空间站出现的可疑结晶体，我代替他来巡逻，就这样。
Did Arlen leave anything with you?
他走之
Peppy,
前
can
给
you
了我一
be
张通行证，
quiet for a minute,
方
man?
便
You
我
have
在
to
空间
yawn
站内
like
巡
every
逻。
3 seconds, boy.
我这里发现了一块破碎的天花板，这个战斗痕迹肯定是大哥打下来的。
哎，去，你那个算什么线索？我这边这块地板才算好吧？你瞧瞧这个脚印，尺码符合，发力方式符合，这个才是大哥战斗的最佳证明。
Of the mirror, did Arlen mention what that meant?
他提到说自己在空间站阅读到一册没有署名的手写笔记，里面记录了化解上级压力的36种方法，还有一部分是有关修行的笔记。首先是从心，直面心中产生的这股压力，从而更好地面对它。然后是从境，像是镜面反射一样，亲自体验别人在职场中所面临的压力，从而多元地感知它。最后是从我，将自己置身于压力当中，完成自我的蜕变。所以他来找我，应该是想完成从境的部分。
Do you understand why Arlen's undertaking this trial? That dog will die of fumes before he does any cooking done.
不知道，他没说，我没问。
Look at how tiny he is. His lungs petrified within seconds of being in the kitchen.
大哥提升自己还需要什么理由？我看你是一点都不懂他哦。
Oh my god, speaking of expensive dogs, have you heard of the article? I don't even know if it's real, but apparently like this bulldog or whatever requiring being only able to eat alligator meat. So the owner has to spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars each month buying alligator meat for his dog to eat because he's literally allergic to every other food on the planet. I feel like at that point, you know, unless you're like a billionaire, maybe it's a little much for a little doggo. Bailu is in fact 3 Peppy tall. Oh my god, Peppy as a point of measurement is an adorable concept. Now I kind of want to measure him.
大哥是咱们防卫科出了名的人猛心细，如果你不理解他行为的目的，可能是你看问题的角度不够长远。
大哥这叫未雨绸缪，不愧是咱空间站的冷酷熬鹰，防卫科的群狼之首。
I don't have any other questions.
要找阿兰的话，联系3月吧。
Okay. A lot of evidence. Alright, Peppy.
职场压力，如何与强势上司相处？阿兰，对不起，我都不知道自己给了你这么多压力。
It's okay. Let's take a look at the clues first.
我要深刻感受一下阿兰心中的压力到底是什么样的。
Let's see, Arlen's ID passed.
这张通行证上面还有一张佩佩的大头照片。我以为阿兰和佩佩亲如兄弟，才一直让他和佩佩一起玩。难道这种超出工作范围的委托给了他很大的压力吗？你看，他甚至把佩佩的照片打印下来，随时随地给自己上紧发条。
But a broken
你
ceiling
看
tile.
这个天花板都被打碎成什么样了？阿兰他心里肯定是憋了很多苦楚和委屈，但是又无处发泄，最后只能对着怪物奋力一击。
You know, at this point, I am 100% sure it's a misunderstanding. He's probably off trying to help some damsel in distress, and we're here thinking that he's having an anxiety attack or something.
这个尺码的确是阿兰的，这双鞋还是我给他买的。说不定，穿着这双鞋，对他而言也是枷锁，也是痛苦呢。
Let's skip the clues for now. I think it's making your
有道理，
worse, Asta.
果然还是要快些找到阿兰。我必须亲自给他好好道歉才行。佩佩， 怎么走？
Okay, let's go. Let's go, Peppy. 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 What? Okay. Well, I guess Peppy can teleport. We're gonna go ahead without him.
只是给佩佩看了一下3月期的照片，他就能确认他的位置吗？
I'm pretty sure Peppy's...
他真的是靠气味辨别吗？
Peppy's got GPS installed in him. Since Peppy's a robot, he's probably the most advanced computer on this station. Oh, hello, March. I don't see an Arlen next to you. That is adorable. Oh, I do have a Discord page. If you want to, you can send it there. Oh! Oh my goodness, you're right. It does rotate. I've never noticed that before. I wonder if the planet on the train rotates. That's the one I thought you mentioned, what you meant originally. I guess not. Still, that's... oh my god, I can look at this forever. I want to make that my background, you know what I mean? Like, that would be a great background for my computer. It's a rotating planet. Let's see, nice of you to acknowledge the canine before me.
怎么会呢？只不过它新鲜，你熟悉嘛？
It is really nice. It's very peaceful.
哎，不过这狗狗有点眼熟。啊，难道是阿兰的佩佩？哇，真可惜，你的主人不在这儿，他一个人去调查了。
Did he mention anything about a trial?
他确实一路上都在念叨什么“丹恒先生，我敬你是条汉子”，还有和3月7小姐一起执行任务，应该可以完成最终的修行。嘿嘿，似乎本姑娘教了他很多东西，我还挺厉害的嘛。
Why did he split up? Oh, yeah. She is indeed. She's probably the most expensive. Well, you know what? I take that back. People built entire houses for their dogs before. Rich people. Like, the dog house for rich dogs is probably better than my regular house. So, but still, this crocodile meat dog is very, very pricey.
我们一起调查可疑的晶体，但是阿兰说什么不能完成自我的蜕变，一切就毫无意义。我看他压力好像很大的样子，就给他出了个好主意。我说，你既然这么想证明自己，那就别嘴上嘟囔，要拿出行动。不过他听我说完这句话后，说了句什么“丹恒先生所言极是”，就一个人走掉了。我还给他离去的背影拍了一张照片呢。
Yeah,
说实话，挺硬汉的。
That dog is literally, you know, it's a miracle that it's alive, essentially. How did they even find out it's allergic to his own mother's milk before they discovered that alligator meat of all things is the only thing they can eat? Or maybe the dog developed their allergies as they age, because that's the only way it makes sense for that dog to have survived for so long.
你们去找阿兰的话，带上咱一块儿吧。他一个人，我还挺不放心的呢。
Arlen seems to be doing okay. Happy to hear that he took Dan Heng's advice so seriously. Ooh, another little bubble. Hello. Bubbles are floating in the air. Touch the bubble. Approach the bubble and feels a chilly sensation. You're pretty sure Dr. Darville has gone crazy. You glance at her hutched, frail, and shrunken husk of a body. She silently stares at you through her terrifyingly thick glasses. lenses. These scientists never know how to read the air. All you want right now is to throw this report containing the ravings of a mad scientist into a furnace and then send her packing. You never want to hear the word organism ever again. This is a fact. Someone, anyone, please help. These trying, infuriating lips are trembling again. We live within the body of an enormous mammal, located most likely in its intestines. I've had it. You slammed your hands on the desk as you stand up. This woman is clearly humiliating you and the entire Duke Kingdom of Denisova. However, he merely adjusts her glasses, completely unfazed by the rage within you that is threatening to explode. Your Highness, have you ever considered why acid mist have been increasingly common lately? Sheik asked hoarsely. We must completely ban the use of diesel engines. The exhaust fumes these engines release are causing significant irritation to this creature's intestines, which lead to increased secretion of intestinal juices. Oh no. It's probably... Nah. I know I fixed it last time. It might have unfixed itself, I guess. I know I can't send links through the chat box because they're ass. Let me see if I can send another link to it. Or you know what, I'm just gonna fix it later, unfortunately. Is username the same? Well, my username is probably inappropriate for Twitch, so I'm not gonna post it here. But, let's see. Maybe I can take a picture of the server? Actually, no, that doesn't work, huh? I can't really post pictures in this. This is called Strawberry Cocoa Milk Garden, so I'll just post a server name here. Hopefully that's enough to find it. Milk Garden. But let me try to see if I can. Okay. Looks like I can only do this on computer, so give me 1 second. Now let's see if I can go ahead and paste it onto the link. Oh goodness. Don't you hate it when Twitch automatically plays a live video in your face? this one. Save. There you go. Social link updated successfully. Please try it and tell me if it works. Or you know what? I guess I can try it too. Let me see if it works. Well, I mean, it works for me, but I don't know if it's just because it's on my side. Alright. Let the stream continue. Complete band, you gasp. Her proposal is easier said than done. The fallout from such a band would nosedive the nation's finances into the red. What's the big deal with acid mist? As long as the factories continue ahead at full power and churn out more protective equipments. That gear would generate serious revenue. You can't help but feel pleased at this idea as a smile crosses your face. The doctor, however, seems to misread that smile. She seems to read it as you agreeing with her proposal and starts to talk again. There is also the earthquakes. She clears her throat. In the past months, Denisova has had 3 seismic events. This means there is an increased activity within the host intestines. Detrimental activities. Time to end this conversation. You have no more interest in listening to her allusions to parasites and excrements. Just as you were about to order her to leave, you feel the hall sway violently, the ceiling begin to collapse. This was what I want to discuss next, she says with a voice that is calm as ever. We predicted there would be a 4th earthquake. A regurgitation at an unprecedented scale will be completely dissolved by its stomach acid. No one will survive. Oh, wow, interesting. So it's like global warming, but only their universe takes place in an intestines of a creature. Man, can you imagine that we were all just bacterias? Okay, I'm gonna read that later. It's too much reading right now. What is broadcaster's can? I wonder what that is. Oh, it means switching the link or something, yeah. I have technically 2 accounts. One for looking at my stream to monitor it, and the other one's to, you know,
之前在相关文献中确实听说过
stream.
根据星河的内部波动，裂界也会随之诞生出现。阿兰他，
哎，放心放心，这东西本姑娘见得多了，1个2个的问题不大。
希望阿兰那边平安无事吧。
Hopefully they're fine. We see the crystals, but no Arlen still. Where are you, Arlen? You are a tough man to find. Oh, there you are.
小姐，你们怎么都来了？这个家伙我从没见过，看上去很像是遭受侵蚀之后变异的新个体。
切忌冲动行事。
交给我吧。
Well, that did nothing.
生死虚实，洞天幻化，长梦一绝。
开始吧。
什么看？
我无意挑起争执，要开始了。
以自己的意志抵达结局吧。
Asta. No, not Asta. Arland.
小姐，你没事吧？
阿兰，我
小姐，你怎么哭了？是受伤了吗？
对不起，
啊？
都怪我平时给你这么大的压力，害得你这么难受，甚至还专门去调查了那些文献笔记，只为了学会如何缓解我带给你的负面压力。我真的没有想到，那些事情会给你带来那么大的压力。我想说，对不起，
小姐，你没有带给我任何的压力。
阿兰，你不用再继续隐瞒我了。你的这场修行，我已经和他彻头彻尾调查清楚了。如果你还不愿意接受我的道歉，那我只能一点一点深刻反省，向你展示我的决心。
可是，小姐，
首先是你的从心修行。你为了能够深入了解上司的心理，专程求助了卡波特教授，请求他与你模拟对话。证据就是，首先是你的从心修行。你为了能够深入了解上司的心理，专程求助了卡波特教授，请求他与你模拟对话。证据就是，这份限定写真就是证据。这份写真是由卡波特粉丝后援会成员拍摄，拍摄时间不超过24小时，而这个时间恰好符合你失联的时间记录。
这个只是……
不必急着为自己辩护，因为真相的揭露不是现在。
Oh yes, I saw your picture.
这
It's
份
so
证据有点
cute.
太拐弯抹角
It's
了，还
absolutely
有没有更直
adorable.
观的？
I wonder if I'll get him soon. Little Bailu? Is that her name? I might have mixed her up for the character in Genshin. But she is adorable though. I love her.
证据就是这张粉丝回馈手卡，上面的字迹果然就是你的吧，阿兰？
我
不必为自己辩解。虽然这张手卡上面的署名是卡波特教授，但是你的笔记习惯是无法抹消的，尤其是这个弯钩，和你小时候的手写日记一模一样。
这确实是我替卡波特教授代笔完成的。
I wonder if maybe baby dragons are called pups too. Two little pups hanging out together.
你作为防卫科队长，本就和卡波特教授的工作领域交际甚少，可是为何突然替卡波特教授手写粉丝回馈卡呢？哼哼，真相还不急着现在揭穿。这份证据有点太拐弯抹角了，还有没有更直观的？
I guess we'll do this last
这是
one.
最关键的证据。这份录音稿中记录了你向卡波特求助的内容，上面清楚记载着强势上司、超过分内的工作等。虽然卡波特教授不太了解我的语言习惯，模仿出来的状态和我略有差异，我就是你的压力来源。
小姐，我确实是去找过卡波特教授，也确实向他请教了一些事情，但是这都不是针对小姐的。我从来没有在和您相处的过程中感受到压力。
唉，阿兰，事到如今，你竟然还是不愿意接受我的道歉。为了让你的侥幸心理破灭，我只能再次拿出关键证据了。我们不仅知道了你重新修行的核心， 还调查到你曾委托了丹恒，想要完成从境的修行。
Asta, I think we already used every single evidence we have.
阿兰，我真的感觉很抱歉。在和丹恒交流之前，我都不知道你竟然背负着这么巨大的压力，独自负重前行。
小姐，我真的没有。
不必多说，我自有证据。
Oh, we do have more. Let's see. Look at this.
就是这块天花板，这块，天花板，它被你打坏了。
抱歉，我会之后修好它的。
平日里，你虽然不多言语，但绝不是性情暴戾的人。打坏天花板，足以见得你当时力道之大，侧面反映出你心中压力之巨、愤恨之深。
这个说法怪怪的耶。你那里还有别的线索吗？
Are we seriously going through all of them? Asta, please.
这就是关键证据。这不是一张普通的空间站通行证，在它上面贴着一张很关键的照片，那就是佩佩的大头贴。
小姐，我很喜欢佩佩，所以才……
不，阿兰，你不必为自己的行为找虚假的借口。当然，也不排除你已经彻底说服了自己，将自己都彻底欺骗。结合之前你和卡波特模拟的内容，还有你工作周报中提到的和佩佩一起玩电子飞盘投影，所有的证据都表明，我委托你陪佩佩一起玩，就是你最大的压力来源。你甚至将她的照片打印下来，时时刻刻警醒自己，不让自己松懈。
You have a great imagination, Asta.
每次见到这张通行证，你肯定都在告诉自己，阿兰，你必须打起12分的精神去和佩佩一起玩，因为这是艾斯达站长的委托。如果在他面前犯了错，他肯定会狠狠惩罚我，折磨我的。
我从来没有这样想过，小姐。小姐，我之所以进行这些挑战，从来都不是因为你的缘故。你给我的任务，无论是不是工作范围内的，我都会去完成它。
We are staring at Ireland very intensely. I never didn't realize. What is this main
尤其是和
MC?
佩佩一起
What are
玩
you，doing?
我每次都很开心。
艾斯达，我也觉得阿兰似乎并不是对你有不满。
可是阿兰周围只有我一个上司，除了是我，还会是谁呢？他为了能够学习化解压力，甚至都去求助3月7小姐了呀。
啊？什么？哦，原来阿兰来找我一起执行任务，是为了体验压力呀。唉，幸好，要是和阿兰一起去执行了任务，可能就没有那么大的压力了。嘿嘿，好像阴差阳错做了最正确的决定呢。
Dan Heng was right.
那和他说什么啦？
Of course he was.
是不是说我很会解决别人的困扰之类的？
无论如何，今天必须要让阿兰感受到我反省的决心，并且接受我的道歉才行。
可是，小姐，
不要说了，阿兰，我其实真的能够感受到你的压力。
And the evidence is this.
哎，这不是我拍的照片吗？
我总是给你布置任务，分配委托，但其实我很少亲眼见证你奔赴战场的样子。不论是这张照片，还是刚才你独自一人与敌人战斗的样子，我都感觉很抱歉，是我带给了你这么多的压力，让你在本来就很繁重的工作之下，还要替我的个人私事忙碌。阿兰，真的对不起。
小姐，虽然我很感动，但其实我是因为黑塔女士才开启了这段修行。以前每次黑塔女士回到空间站的时候，都会委托我去做一些防卫科工作范围之外的工作，我不会也不敢拒绝她，因为黑塔女士作为上司，压迫感不是当实验样本 去体验它带来的新样品，就是寻找一些闻所未闻的古籍。放到以前做这些任务倒是没有问题，可是如今反乌这军团入侵刚结束，还有许多余党残留在这里。我想将更多的时间和精力放到清扫上面去。
哦，所以你是想提前练习，然后学会拒绝黑塔的委托，对吧？
是的。我在清扫的过程中发现了一本没有名字的手写笔记，里面记录了化解上级压力的36种方法，还专门有一部分写的是化解上级压力的修行。
Of the hearts, of the mirror, of the self?
没错，笔记里还针对这些修行做了批注，于是我就想试试看。
Don't worry, those trials really made us to worry. Those trials really made us to worry. Don't just read any anonymous journal.
抱歉，小姐，我不想麻烦更多的人协助我修行，所以才没有告诉你。
所以，我并没有给你带来那些压力吗？
在小姐这里，我从来没有感觉到压力。
好啦好啦，误会解除，你们双方都应该反思反思才对啦，你说是吧？
I think you need to talk to each other more. You both need to use your brain more.
没错不对，你又想破坏这美好的气氛。
We're gonna be the new bully. There's a new bully in town. If the girls can't take up the role. Anyways, Danheng was right. Yeah.
你重复这句话好多次了，丹恒到底说了什么啊？
He said, March will reveal the truth, so we followed you.
总之，谢谢你们陪着小姐一起来找我。
如果真的要答谢我们，就让佩佩和我们一起玩一玩电子飞盘吧。
The dawn after the dark. Oh. Arlen has become a visitor to the Express. You might come across Arlen when you return to the Express. Oh, how nice. Oh my god. Woof woof woof. That is adorable. Freestyle. Okay. Sorrows of young Ireland. Wasn't really sorrows at all either.
留下来吧。
升个配置。
Ah, I should attack faster. Doesn't matter.
规则就是用来打破的。要开始。
知道我是谁？这么大的钻石，送给你。
Battle over.
我的时间都浪费了。
Let's see. We got 2 more. I think we'll save that for another day. Let's go do some. Let's do World 2. I've heard so many stories of it being the most difficult difficulty spike so far if you just start out the game. Time to go find out how difficult this difficulty spike is. Let's see. It is here. Oh, that's good. That's good, that's good. It means you have gotten the power. Well, I guess I will have an idea now. Oh wait, no, never mind. Not good with pharaohs. Ah! What do you mean not good? What is that one? I don't think we've even finished that. I guess okay. Well, never mind. We're not doing World 2 yet. I haven't even finished that story quest yet. Let's see. Maybe the mirror dimension then. Whatever that's called. Moti threats? What is Moti? Oh, such as, oh, multiple times, I'm assuming is the what you meant. Okay, makes sense. We just need to gather up the scores, right? Points on the clearance, yeah. Just have to do it a few more times to... Oh my god, we have 3 hours left. I didn't realize we have so little time. Let's see. I do want... No, this is just... that. Okay. Debuff. Okay. You know what? Since we have our main as a DPS, maybe we'll skip out on Denhong. Yes. Let's see how that works out. Actually, I think Asta and Herta actually shares a light cone, so... Wait, no, they don't. Perfect. I was worried they do. I think that was actually with the healer, who shares the same light cone.
Yeah. 真不懂礼貌，会是谁呢？段真真。
Thank you, thank you. I like the unorthodox ones. You know, meta builds? Nah, I never heard of her.
留下来吧。
不请自来呢，嘿嘿。一切都是星星啊，向开拓者们赐予你真正的祝福吧。
We don't have shield, so that's useless. Okay, that looks good. Now we will have a shield.
真不懂礼貌，会是谁呢？
要开始了。
知道我是谁？这么大的钻石，送给你。
Well, oh, actually, what does duplicate characters do? They just give you, constellations, right? I'd imagine.
强敌在前，也不妨一试。留下来吧。
得小心起来，嘿嘿。
开始吧。
规则就是用来打破的。
交给我吧。
Oops, wrong button. Oh well.
段真真，会是谁呢？
开始吧。
你不行，嘿呀，不请自来呢，嘿嘿。
速战速决吧。
Speaking of which, I think I have enough for 10 row again, so we'll be doing that very soon. This one looks good. Respite. Yes. You don't really need to download her, we're gonna leave that. To your surprise, you run into a physical Herta puppet in the simulated universe. You can use your cosmic fragments to... Okay, I think we're already gone through this. You know what? That one's good. Let's do that. Consume. Looks fine to me. Man, you are fast, my friend. What Trailblaze level are you? I know one of my game-obsessed friend is already at level 34. So I'm gonna compare you to him.
一切都是星星星啊，向开拓者们赐予你真正的祝福吧。
I've just been taking it slow, of course, obviously. Because running into the heights of update isn't fun. Oh, okay. Pretty high up there. Nice. What is that? Oh, it's just to attack enemies, okay. That's gonna be something
知道我
special.
是谁吗？这么大的钻石，送给你。
Yes.
转圈圈。
Classic. Farming for artifacts in Genshin, farming for relics in Honkai. The grind never ends. Truly.
升个配置。哈！ 真不懂礼貌，嘿嘿。
Oh, that's good.
要开始了。
I don't think I've even started farming for relics yet, so I have no idea how it's gonna go for me. Fingers crossed I have some better luck than I do in Genshin. What in the world is this? Oh, an event! You enter a doll whose body is 3 times as tall as its head. It has straw-like hair made of ropes and a counter on its stomach. You open its manual, which reads, "This is a doll to vent extreme emotions on, made by Aha in her own likeness. They wish to see themselves beaten up. The worse the beating is, the happier they will get." Oh, he's a masochist. "The more gold coins they will award you. Note, Aha is not involved in the quality control process." This won't break, at least. I won't have Aha looking down on me. Pia. Aha's doll does not react, and the numbers on your counter remains unchanged. You suck. This won't break anything. I don't have to hit it again. You hit it hard. The number of the counter continues going up until it stops at 400. The chip embedded in the doll is activated to play a song. The destruction is crazy and the preservation is dumb. All the Aeons are stubborn and Aha is embarrassed. Aha is embarrassed. Aha is embarrassed. Yeah, I think Aha's one of the Aeons, basically one of the gods, I suppose, of this universe. Although apparently they're not really gods. They're like stories. Like every one of the Aeons is a path a character can take. Rather, I guess it's elements you can think of them as, perhaps. They're like living beings of their elements that people can follow after. Oh no. Well, I hope I have not hit any dogs really hard. That would not be good. But anyways, we got some money to spend our own next upgrade. Hello there. You encounter Herta, uncaring. She looks at you expressionlessly. Congrats. You might as well use up all your cosmic fragments because you're not going to use it later. Okay. Okay, upgrade. I haven't really been having much let's see, much luck in dealing frozen attacks. I think that's the only one left. Oh well, we'll just upgrade everything. We have enough coins anyways. There you go. Boss.
怎么收拾他，全看我心情。
留下来吧。
小心起来。
这份力量的沉重，生存还是毁灭，
How
你别
dare
无
you
选择。
resist me?
你小心起来。嘿嘿，
开始吧。
规则就是用来打破的。
看什么看？嘿呀！
Ouch, ouch.
不请自来呢，会是谁呢？噔噔噔，一切都星星啊，向开拓者们赐予你真正的祝福吧。
交给我吧。
感恩戴德吧。呀，知道我是谁？这么大的钻石，送给你。转圈圈，嘿嘿。
Ouch. ，So resistant.
会是谁呢？
速战速决吧。
这份力量的沉，生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
Alrighty.
以自己的意志抵达结局吧。
I wonder if that's enough, or if we have to do it one more time for the full score. 4-star reality daydream. How is our points? Never mind. I guess we don't do that here. No, that's the wrong button. Is this your star? No. How in the world do I access your store? I know I've accessed it before, but I 100% forgot about it. Is it from this menu? Oh, I guess it's probably from here. Ah, we're so close. We need 200 more. And of course, all the good rewards are in the back. Okay. Let's see. Simulacra. Let's make this fast. Oh. Didn't notice the bridge earlier.
留下来吧。
会是谁呢？转圈圈，星星啊，向开拓者们赐予你真正的祝福吧。
Alright, let's go.
留下来吧。
不请自来，嘿嘿。噔噔噔。
I like how they don't even talk anymore when you speed it up that much. So many shield advantages, but we don't have much characters that
强
give
敌在前
shields.，
也不妨一试。
会是谁呢？
生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
哎呀！嘿嘿。转圈圈，
规则就是用来打破的。
Alright. That one's worked in our favor before, so why not? It's also a lot cheaper than upgrading them individually.
会是谁呢？星星啊，向开拓者们赐予你真正的祝福吧！接受星星的祝福吧！咯噔噔，嘿呀！ 嘿嘿，段琛琛，这么大的钻石送给你。
No, I should have probably read that better. Really doesn't look like the best boost.
会是谁呢？咯噔噔，段琛琛，
规则就是用来打破的。
Looks good to me. Oh, another event. Is there an event in every quest? I wonder. You're in a vast grassland and the sky is speckled with clouds. Everything is pixel drawing. You look down at your hands and find them to be pixelated cubes. Yeah, it's adorable. Look at Herta. Herta's turned into slime. You're wearing a pixel watch on your wrist with your pixelated thumb. You press down on the watch with a bang, your clothes change into overalls. Oh no, we turned into Mario. You look at the pixel blocks floating in the air as vintage electronic music plays in the background. A group of pixel ants crawl on the ground on a formation that reads, "Welcome, Mr. Jubaoyu the Radish." Am I a radish? The ants quickly form several pixels characters that read, "That's you." You decide to ignore the ants. On a pixel cloud that drift in your direction, you can see some words written with crayon, produced by Herta. You realize you've been attacked by the Curio, dice of dimensionality reduction. You are now part of the graffiti casually drawn by Herta with crayons on the wall of the simulated universe. You kick a brick in exasperation, and a pixel gold coin emerges. You want to figure out how to get back to the simulated universe. You may climb out from the pipe on your left, or hop into the brick on your right. That one looks like a better deal. You've eaten a golden coin left behind by Trailblazer. The gold coin splits into two and then four. It constantly divides and proliferates, giving you a surprising windfall. You proceed to see a pixel question mark in which you hang your hat. Oh my goodness. You hang your hats. Obviously, this is save points. You can continue the game later. Alright. Give us all of your upgrades. Enhance. Adrenaline. I don't know, man. I'm feeling the opposite of adrenaline right now, game. It's already gone pretty late in my area. Probably gonna finish this as quickly as I can.
强敌在前，也不妨一试。
得小心起来，会是谁呢？星星 星啊，向开拓者们赐予你真正的祝福吧！哎呀！
生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
会是谁呢？哎呀，这么大的钻石，送给你！咯噔！
还差得远，规则就是用来打破的。
星星啊，向开拓者们赐予你真正的祝福吧！哎呀！
生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
Nice ending with an ultimate.
我的时间都浪费了。
Time to leave. I think it's barely enough. We might need one more actually. Yeah. Can we quit halfway, I wonder? Maybe if I quit halfway, I'll be able to get half the scores. But that's not right. Like this. Okay, last time, boys. I'll choose the opposite choice this time. I don't think it matters too much currently since it's World 1, so it's really not that difficult. I should have probably just been talking with you guys. I'm sorry I have time. So sauce. How are you enjoying the game? I imagine you're playing it too. Personally, I've been enjoying the game quite a lot. The description of some of these objects are so worth reading. Definitely. Surprisingly, the story really isn't that serious, but the side quests... Well, actually, no, the side quest isn't that serious either. So... I love this game. I love humorous games, honestly. And this game is really pulling all the right buttons. Pulling all the right buttons? Pulling all the right strings? Yes, there you go. I guess after so long, we're gonna have to talk to all the NPCs again. See if there's any... thing different with them. Go! I'm literally clicking as fast as I can, but I can't exit the screen. Game, please. I don't need to actually read it. still the wrong element. Oh, doesn't matter. I love her weapon though. It feels like a satellite of sorts. Okay. Yeah, you know, nice and slow, so that the updates doesn't come too slowly for us. In the meantime, I am waiting really anxiously for Fontaine already. I wonder if we're gonna actually have the rumored underwater areas. That'd be very exciting to see. Good, yeah. It's like a mechanical magic wand. I love the vibe of it. That's the way I feel about it anyways. Okay, more events. Let's see. Oh, this look the same. Okay, it's literally the one we experienced last time. I'm gonna go ahead and ignore it. Alright, Herta, open up your shop. Open sesame. And that's it. We're out. Probably enough.
想想该怎么对付他，再坚持一下。
留下来吧。
得小心些。哎呀，这么大的钻石，送给你。会是谁呢？星星啊，向开拓者们赐予你真正的祝福吧。
生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
大圈圈，嘿嘿。哎呀！
规则就是用来打破的。
哎呀！这么大的钻石，送给你！噔噔噔，哎呀！哎呀！呵呵，星星啊，向开拓者们赐予你真正的祝福吧。
生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
哎呀！哎呀！
Nice.
星辰会铭记我们的名字。
Finally, that is the final one. Alrighty. Wait now. It's from here. Tracks of Destiny. Very fitting for a compass. Get all of our jades. My Dan Hung collection. Store it all up Save it for a rainy day. Actually, I think it's resets for the month too. Let me see. No, 3 more hours until it resets for the month, and then we can buy 5 more of those wishes as well. Alright, let's return to the carts with Pom Pom. Oh, right, and also we might have a visitor now. Is Arlen here? You are! Hello, Arlen. How do you like it?
这里可以增加一些虹膜识别设备，防止外来人员潜入列车。我记得艾斯达小姐之前有定制过一些设备，或许可以问问她。
Unregistered visitors?
抱歉，刚才是我在自言自语，让你产生了误会。目前列车上十分安全，没有……哦，不对，只有我一个外来人员。尽管我相信星穹列车以及列车上其他乘客的力量，但是基础安防还是不能疏忽的。除开人员识别系统，我还针对第三方电波监测以及紧急防卫反应装置做了一些记录，希望这些记录可以给列车长提供一些新的思路，以备不时之需。
Roger that, brother Arlen.
那只是那帮家伙的玩笑话，你不要当真，也不要跟着他们学。很感谢你邀请我来列车上参观，虽然之前也在月台上看见过列车几次，我不像小姐那么博学多识，我能做的就只有在防卫这件事上发挥一些作用了吧。
Thanks, but you're supposed to be off work.
原来是这样吗？看来的确是我精神太紧张了。之前我一直都埋头于空间站的防卫工作，差点忘记劳逸结合才是最有效率的方法了。偶尔放松放松，感觉也很不错。谢谢你。
No problem. We even get jades from it? Oh, why are you so nervous, Pom Pom? What happened? Sultan, what's wrong? Darn it, if Pom Pom can't find a button soon, Pom Pom will look all disheveled from awed in front of the passengers. Too late, I already saw you. Ah, Sultan, where'd you come from? You freaked Pom Pom out. Pom Pom's not sure where, but my button's falling off somewhere. Pom Pom sewed it into my uniform last time, but now my clothes had a big open gap. It's simply embarrassing. Pom Pom has to find that button before other passengers sees me like this. Please, Sultan, help Pom Pom find it. Let's see if there's any sparkly. Okay, there's multiple sparklies. You discover a round thing and draw closer to inspect. It's a bottle cap, not a button. This must have fallen down while getting someone getting a drink, so throw it in the trash. Okay, we'll take it with us for now. Oh, right, and also we got new music. Freestyle. Oh my god, it better be the rap music. Let's see. Investigate. You discover a sparkly thing and draw it closer. Inspection. It's Pom Pom's button. You take the button back to Pom Pom ASAP. What's this other sparkly thing though? You discover a square thing. To draw a closer inspection, it's notes, not a button. Looks like something March 7th left behind. Perhaps she deliberately stuck it here as decoration. Note paper as decoration. Of course, only March can think of that. Sultan, what's wrong? Could Pom Pom have been eating too much these days and the button popped off my fat belly? No way, absolutely no way. Pom Pom only ate a little. Here's your button. Oh, it's my button. Now Pom Pom needs a needle and thread to stitch it up. Pom Pom, do. Dumpty do. All done. Oh, Pom Pom feels like it's getting harder to breathe. How did Pom Pom clothes get so much tighter? Pom Pom, you're getting chubby, but it's okay. That just means there's more to love.
你怎么突然回？
I don't think we leveled up, so no need to check that. Anyways, what was I doing? Oh yes, a standard banner wish. We have enough. Go! star. Okay. 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 Oh! Perfect. You know what? Nice. They say characters you don't... given characters the hardest to get, right? The constellations. Probably some good luck there. We're one constellation closer to you naked than how soon. The higher you fly, the harder you fall. When the target's enemy's current percentage is greater or equal to 50%, hit rate increased by 12. Nice. Okay. Nice. Let's see. I think that is gonna be it for today. It does save resources. It's quite nice. Oh, you're so nervous again, Pom Pom.
扣子怎么扣不上呢？
Oh, Pom Pom. It's okay. You'll get it eventually. Anyways, thank you so much for checking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream tomorrow because it's gonna be a long day for me. But I'll definitely stream Tuesday, so that's a certainty. Tomorrow, I'll have to see what the situation is throughout the day. Anyways, thank you so much for checking in as always. I'll see you guys next time. And if it's nighttime for you, have a good rest. Yeah, no worries, Drifter. I'm always happy to see you. If you don't have time, take your time in real life. Bye.